Palestine. teleSUR says that thousands of Palestine start their coming back to their homes in the middle of the rumbles. And this I add to another news from the communique of Venezuela, in which Venezuela is calling for the world mobilization until a just peace for the Palestinian people. Two news at this time: we have been paying attention to the accords that were signed. They had agreements with a humanitarian character for the exchange of hostages and prisoners. There's pictures that are very moving of the arrival of the hostages to Tel Aviv and of the arrival of thousands of prisoners, even some with 40 years, receiving isolation and torture in the jails of the Zionist state. These images, they're impactful, and one fills with hope that this is the beginning of an integral agreement to guarantee the Palestinian people the justice, the peace, and its independent state as a mandate of the resolutions of the UN organization in 1948 and 1967. Out of every war, of every massacre that has happened, there has been an agreement. This is not new. In 1967, of the 6 war days, came up the Agreement 242 of the UN that forces the state of Israel to give the Alt of Golan and to have Palestinian authorities in Gaza, Cisjordan, and the capital of Palestine in Jerusalem of East. That is the main mandate in the international law since the year 67. Then many massacres have happened against the Palestinian people, and out of every massacre an agreement has come up. The whole world remembers the Accords of Oslo, where Yasser Arafat was there, and how later the Accords of Oslo were mocked. Then Yasser Arafat was poisoned with plutonium, and once he was poisoned with plutonium, he died in 2004, and a complex situation happened because the Palestinian people and Israel recognized the OLP as the organization representative of the Palestinian people and as the Palestinian organization. So there's been many agreements and accords in the past. What does Venezuela have to say? Or us from Caracas, we wish this is the first step, and the guarantees that they have signed by the United States, Egypt, Turkey, and Qatar guarantee that the next steps are fulfilled, and for Gaza to be rebuilt, and to guarantee all of the West Bank for Palestine and the East Jerusalem as a capital. And they allowed the recognizing of the United Nations of the state of Palestine and of the Palestine Authority and a government elected by the Palestinians, and they can establish a state of living in peace in a region of the world that is a sacred region for us, who are Christians, who are Jews, who are Muslims. We wish it's not just another agreement, and I say this with sincerity. There's a lot of justice to be made. This is the peace of the shambles, of the ruins, the peace that's a result of a genocide. Will there be justice from the genocide? 65,000 people murdered by missiles, over 25,000 children, 95% of the apartments and houses destroyed, 95% of schools destroyed, of the children of Palestine destroyed, all of the mosques. Will there be justice? For there to be peace, there needs to be justice. So we had a communique which you have, in which we tell the public opinion of the world only the mobilization of the world's public opinion will allow for a real moving forward of a peace agreement that guarantees the rights of the Palestinian people, or the cycle will continue. Agreement, massacre, agreement, massacre, agreement, massacre. So we're calling for the public opinion of the world, because it is the one who changed the situation. You're a very well informed man, Miguel Angel, and you know that the mobilizations of million men and women in London, Madrid, Belgium, Berlin, Karachi, Rome, Napoli, the United States. It changed the course because the people came out to denounce the genocide, and you also know, because it is public, that the public opinion of the US people, for the first time in history, 60% of those surveyed in the service of the United States, they support the Palestinian cause, and they qualify what was happening in Palestine and in Gaza as a genocide. So this means that the US public opinion changed, and it marked and it pushed President Donald Trump for him to change what he was doing. So we wish that the public opinion of the United States and of the world continues in the streets, so the Palestinian people are guaranteed justice and a right to the land and independence. Inshallah. I understand that we have 3 testimonies with your permission. We don't have money to pay for transportation or to return home, so my children and I will have decided to walk. We will return by foot, thanks to God. We will go back. Thank God there's happiness, yes, but honestly, when you get hurt, your heart breaks because you look around and you think, what kind of life is this? We don't have water, houses. There's only shambles and ruins, one on top of the other. We don't even know how we're going to live. We will end up on the streets. We don't have tents, no water. I'm going to walk for God. I am walking. Do you know how much this transportation costs? Sadness invades everything because there's no more homes. We don't have houses, no land, no clothes, no food, no water, nothing at all. We just left the world without nothing. God bless us. We're going by foot, and we don't even have a coin. We will take the shambles off. We will rebuild, and Gaza will be even more beautiful. This is a girl. There's a person, there's an old person. We will all rebuild it, and it will be better than before. Gaza is inside of us. We are the ones who resisted, and none of us managed anything, not only leadership, no, a leader, not a country. The true accomplishment is here. Those who accomplished this is me and them, and we're proud of managing it and having persevered. May God have freedom for all the world. This is the flag of honor and dignity. Us, despite all the conspirations of Netanyahu to force us to leave Gaza. As you can see, none of the houses are left, but this is a message for the world, a message for the whole world. I swear by God, I swear by God, even if they cut us into small pieces, we will leave Gaza, not even 1 inch of Gaza, the Gaza of pride and dignity. As you can listen, the bombardings are still continuing. They try to force us out, but it is impossible to do. It is a message for the whole world. My house has gone. I'm going to have a tent here, and I'm going to sleep here. And if I don't have a tent, I'm going to sleep here on the flag with my children. As you can listen, the bombardings still continue. As you can listen, the bombardings, Palestinian, is in our hearts. I swear by God, we will not leave Gaza. We will not leave. The Palestinian cause is the most sacred cause of the world. We are working in an idea with international organizations from Venezuela and from other countries of the world. We are proposing to send brigades of construction workers and agriculturists and doctors to Gaza to help and accompany the people. International brigades of peace where construction workers, agricultural workers, and doctors and health professionals go to accompany in the rebuilding. We wish we manage, and this sacred cause of humanity is never abandoned until we manage the objective of the rebirth of Palestinian. It is impressive the looks and the gestures, despite all the death that was looming in many international media. To this day, to this hour, they're also pointing out the miracle of the organization of the people from Gaza, who in many years, in very few hours, they managed to enter. These images, they're impressive, and one remembers the pictures of the Jewish people leaving the concentration camps and walking in their times to nothing. I admire the Jewish people very much. I have Jewish blood in me, and then it was the Soviet Union who embraced the Jewish people, because many countries, even after the war, they despise the Jewish people there in Europe. That is the history that they have hidden. These pictures, they are very similar to the Jewish people leaving the concentration camps in Auschwitz, and we're going to incorporate ourselves in the initiatives of building international brigades to send construction workers, agricultural workers, and medical personnel to support that brave people in their efforts of reborn, and Palestine will be reborn. Well, thank you very much, Miguel.